My goodness, Cameron, are you yet again just going to sit in your room all day working?
What is it this time, Mom? Are you really that upset about me working more? My company is currently fine with everything working remotely from home, so I'm going to take advantage of that for as long as I can in order to not pay for gas. And it's not like I'd be doing anything different in the office anyway. All the same work, and just doing it from my bedroom.
I do not like that.
You don't like it? Then take it up with the company. And I don't see you working right now, so I don't think you have a right to tell me whether you like the way I work or not.
Are you not aware of what everyone in this neighborhood thinks of you, though?
What? I don't care what they think of me. If they have a problem, then they should tell it to my face when I go out. Honestly, I don't get why you're even worried about what they all think, when you barely even stop to talk with anyone in this neighborhood yourself.
But from here to the bus stop that I walk to is your brother's university.
And?
That means that a lot of the friends that Trent has over live in this area and know who you are. And as far as I'm aware, all of his friends have seen you plenty of times and probably pick on Trent all the time, calling his older brother a neat and such.
Oh, I see. So that's what you think of me now. Well, you seem to be the only one that thinks I'm a neat, Mom. Because Trent has already explained to all his friends that I'm home quite often doing work. And that's why I'm never really leaving my room.
And I feel bad that your little brother has to explain to all of his friends why his older brother is a neat. You really are so self-centered when it comes to things like this, Cameron.
Would you please stop calling me a neat? It's not a nice word to be throwing around. And I can see where this conversation is going now.
If you could at least find yourself a job somewhere where you have to wear a suit every day and go into work, then I might be fine with you staying home every once in a while for work.
Just going into work wearing a suit does not make the job worthwhile to me. And these days, ever since COVID, there have been plenty of companies changing their structure to allow their employees to work remotely.
I understand that you're getting all worried about how people might view me, but this world has changed and nobody is bothered by me working from home. I am your mother, and I just want you to get a job where you actually mean something to this world and make the family look good.
I'm pretty sure I'm making us look good. Considering the kind of salary I'm making and the fact I'm able to give you an allowance of $1,000 every month. And what is it with you always worrying about our appearance? It's very shallow of you, so quit it already. Now I have a meeting coming up here in a few minutes, so I'll need to stop talking with you.
Hey, hold it right there!
Cameron, sorry for asking this so late in the day, but would it be alright if I stay over tonight? Sure, come on over. What's going on today with you? I made a mistake on when some work was due by a whole day. I thought I had another day to work on it, but it's actually going to be due tomorrow. Dang, man. Thank God you realized that it's due tomorrow now before it was too late. You're dang right. Well, I came home to Mom and she started to go off on me again about some petty crap yet again, and I wasn't able to focus on the work at hand. She's always gonna be that way, huh? Oh, don't say that like she doesn't affect you too. Originally, I was gonna ask one of my friends if I could go over to their place, but all of them have finished their work for this week and going out to party. So I'm in a bit of a pinch and need somewhere to get this work done. Honestly, I wish that I was already done with school and could be on my own. You don't have Mom constantly targeting you with things to complain about, making it so much easier for you to think and live. Well, I won't say that I really have to deal with her as often as you. Even growing up, though, she's always been on you about things, and I wondered why there was such a difference in the way she treated you and I. As I got older and then became an adult that could sustain myself, I started to see the person she really is, deep down. And I have to say, I'm not pleased with her behavior at all. I really wish I was like you. Come on now, Trent. Look, you and I have been working on a plan for a long time now. that'll buy you your freedom from her. So as long as you can graduate from your school, then you'll never have to deal with her nagging ever again. You can be as free as me. That's true, I guess. When you first told me about how much you wanted to get away from her, I was shocked. And I'm sorry for getting you all wrapped up in my mess. But the fact that you're helping me out is really appreciated, so thank you. I know you appreciate me. So, what time do you plan on getting here later tonight? Give me another hour and I should be there. Yeah, I'll pick up something to eat from the grocery store on the way home, so you don't have to worry about making me anything. Wasn't going to. But what about breakfast? Can you make up some of your scrambled eggs for me? That stuff always hits the spot. Sounds good. I'll make sure to get up early enough to make some, so don't oversleep. And have a safe trip over here. Sweet! Thanks again for letting me stay over. Cameron, I've done it. Once I've graduated from here, I'll be able to work out on a ranch in Arizona. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, congrats on landing that job. Thanks. Now, I'll go and let Mom know that I got a job offering for your company so that she'll get off my back. I'm sure it'll become a small nightmare for you, but let's just hope everything goes as planned. Sounds good. I'll be ready. Now, you get back to enjoying the remainder of your life as a college student, because after that is where the really hard stuff called life on your own begins. Hey, you kidding me? I still have to finish up my final essay before I graduate, so things are not going to be anywhere near enjoyable for me. Cameron, can I come and stay at your place again? Yeah, alright, come on over. Honestly, you don't even have to ask me anymore.
Cameron, I think it's time I cut ties to you.
What? So we're having another one of these discussions. What happened to you this time that you didn't like?
I'm going to be supported and cared for by your recently graduated little brother from now on, so I no longer need you in my life anymore. I'm sure that you never heard anything about this. But recently Trent was offered a job by that very large company, Streeter & Sons, and so that's where he'll be going to work.
I see.
I know for a fact that at that company he will always be having to go into work wearing a fresh suit every day and will be seen as an elite. Luckily, it's not going to end up being one of those companies like the one you're in where they think it's okay to allow their employees to mess around at home all the time. I always knew that Trent was better than you, and it seems that my strict parenting with him has finally paid off, as we can really tell just how much more amazing he is. It is so pathetic that my older son is losing to his younger brother in life.
I'd like to ask you something, Mom. What would happen if Streeter & Sons ended up being the exact same as the company I work for and encourages their employees to work from home?
What?
That would mean Trent's work style would be the same as mine, and you don't like my style, right? If that ends up being the case, what will you do to Trent?
I'll force him to leave that job and go somewhere else. But from what I've heard, that company is only hiring the best of the best when it comes to young men. So there's no need to worry about them asking their employees to work remotely. Oh, I am so excited for this next step with Trent leading the way. I want to see what he looks like when he puts on a suit for work every morning. Our conversation became a little derailed there, but now you understand what's going to happen here. I only need myself one son, and that son is the one I can brag about the most. Now that Trent will be making the big bucks within this company, I will no longer require an allowance from you. We're cutting ties now.
Listen, Mom. The job offering that Trent received has been voided now.
What?
Streeter & Sons just so happens to be my company.
Huh? That's where you're working right now?
That's right. Well, actually, I'm the one leading this company, since I'm the CEO of it.
Huh? You're the CEO of that company?
If you're not willing to believe me right now, go onto my company's website and scroll down to the bottom of the homepage. There, you'll see a picture of my face and a small little introduction of myself.
What is going on here? I never even heard about that.
Told you this 7 years ago, Mom. I told you about how I would be quitting the job I had and starting up my own company.
You started your own company?
At the time, I could tell you weren't listening to a word I said. But the fact that for the past 7 years you still have not noticed that I'm a CEO? I'm pretty surprised by that. Kind of insane when you really think about the fact that I'm your son.
About Trent's job offering being voided.
Now, that was something he wanted me to do. So you'll have to go have a word with him about it.
You go and cancel the voiding of his job offering right now.
Excuse me?
That's what I want you to do. I want you to put your brother in as good of a position as you are in right now.
What was that?
Yes. Make him the vice president there, the COO. Heck, you could even give your brother your position and let him be the CEO now. Then that would make his income even more than yours, right?
You're stepping off the deep end now, Mom.
It's his older brother's company after all, so you have to make sure he gets a good job there, right? If you find it hard getting Trent into a very high up position there, then you can start him off with a lower position, but make sure he's making 3 times as much as the rest of his coworkers.
How about you stop telling me what to do with my company, you unemployed rat?
What?
If I became some sort of corrupt CEO that began to favor my little brother over everyone else in this company, I'd be removed from this seat.
But, this is Trent we're talking about here.
And like I said, you are far from any position where you're allowed to tell me what to do with my company. And as I was saying, Trent asked for the job offer to be voided as he has other plans now.
What?
And so, I'm doing my job as his older brother and respecting what he's asked for.
You can't do that to him, though. You're going to turn your little brother into a NEET, just like you.
I'm sorry, but didn't I tell you to stop using that word? Also, he is an adult now and has the right to make whatever choices he wants regarding his own life. I'm getting a bit annoyed by this conversation now, so I'll be going.
Hold on a second, Cameron. Trent. Big problem. Streeter and Sons, the company that you got that job offer from, happens to be your older brother's company.
What? I already know that, Mom.
What?
Why wouldn't I already know something like that? He's my older brother, and that's the company he started 7 years ago.
Then this whole thing about the job offering you were given being voided?
You want to ask about that? Well, I'd spoken with Cameron about this a while ago, but his company happened to be second on my list of companies I wanted to join. I didn't want to end up not finding a job after college, and so I kind of asked him to put in a good word for me at the HR department. So after telling his HR lead they were willing to give me an offering for a position, well, there. But when I was later offered a job at the company I wanted to join the most, I told Cameron it was okay to go ahead and void the offering.
Is that so? Then this must mean your number one company is an even better one, right?
Not really. I'm going to be joining a small family ranch out in Arizona, like I'd always wanted to do.
A ranch?
Look, I understand that someone like me always seems like the kind of person who would love to just sit around at an office job all day, but yeah, I've actually always loved the idea of becoming a cowboy. I've already found myself some housing out there and sent most of my things.
Since when did you do all of that?
You don't have to worry about me anymore. I made sure to have Dad co-sign on the place for me since I'm still young and don't have much of a credit score yet.
What? Your dad? Trent, where did you end up finding your dad's phone number?
I was told what his number is by Cameron, although it took a little bit of convincing on his end to do so.
What?
I've actually been talking with Dad, ever since you and him had that divorce a while back. You not know anything about that? I swore I had told you.
What the heck?
So I'm not sure why you're acting all speechless now, but that's what's happened so far. So I'll be moving out of your place now, heading out to Arizona to start my job.
Trent!
Arizona is pretty far away from here, so I probably won't be coming back here very often, if not at all. So enjoy yourself, Mom.
Trent! Oh, this can't be happening. You have to find yourself a job where you'll be making a lot of money and wearing a suit into work every day. I believed that you'd never end up like the person your older brother is. Oh. Trent, please! Respond to me, please! Cameron, whatever happened to this month's allowance from you?
Excuse me?
You've always sent me my $1,000 into my bank account by this time today. I just had a look at my bank account and there's still been no money from you.
You told me you don't need my money anymore. Also, you cut ties to me a month ago, so what's all this about? Honestly, I just forgot to block your number. So I'll be handling that right now.
Wait a sec, Cameron!
Goodbye forever.
Cameron!
Well, back when my mom was talking with my little brother about his job, he was already boarding his plane to Arizona. The fact that her son, who she put so much effort into raising, was leaving her and going outside of her plan really set her off in a panic. One of the days I went into my office for a meeting, she followed me in with the intent of forcing me to tell her where he was working now. But I just told her that I didn't know. She believed me. My mom actually doesn't even know that my brother and I are very close to one another, and we tell each other everything. Thinking that she was going to be living off favorite son from now on, my mom quit her part-time job entirely and was ready. But because Trent ran away from her, and she had already cut ties with me, she was forced to go back to that store and ask her manager to start working full-time. However, the manager found it way too funny that she had just quit, and was already back to asking for work again and told her to go look somewhere else. This ended up destroying whatever pride she had left in herself, and she began searching for an old folks' home to move into. She's not found a place that'll take her yet, so she had better hurry up and find one soon, or else she's gonna become homeless. But I'm not gonna step in if that doesn't end up happening, as I'm no longer her son to her, but just another stranger, judging her from the outside. Thanks for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Derek, sorry to bother you at work.
Leslie, what's up?
I have to head back to my dad's place right away.
Why? Did something happen?
My dad fell down the stairs and they had to take him to the hospital. One of his neighbors just called me and told me.
Really? That's terrible.
I'm heading over there right now.
Are you gonna be okay? If you want me to, I can leave work.
But today you got that business trip. Ugh, don't worry about it, it'll be fine. I think my dad will be fine. He didn't hit his head or anything. His neighbors said it wasn't anything serious.
Oh, I see. Well, that's good to know.
But I'm still worried about his injuries. I want to see how he is, and maybe having him see his grandson's face will make him feel better too.
That's a good idea. If you don't mind taking Bryce with you, then I guess there's no problem.
We're most likely going to spend the night over there.
No problem. Right now, making sure your dad's okay is the most important thing.
Thanks. Okay, I'm heading over there now. See you when I get back.
Okay, be careful. Leslie, how is everything over there?
Oh, sorry I scared you earlier. Dad just sprained his ankle. It wasn't a big deal. I mean, it's not a big injury, but obviously it's hard for him to walk. I'm gonna stay here for 2 or 3 days to help him out a bit.
Oh, I see. So he hurt his ankle on the fall.
Yeah, it looks that way. Since Mom passed away, he's been living on his own. It's gonna be hard for him getting around the house with his ankle like this.
That's interesting, because when I rang the doorbell, your father answered the door carrying Bryce on his shoulders and didn't seem to be in any pain at all.
Huh?
If that's how quickly your father heals, you might as well head back home tonight, don't you think?
Derek, what are you talking about?
No, that's what I should be asking you. So, are you taking some sort of vacation by yourself or something? Because you dropped Bryce off at your father's place, but he said you're not here.
Wait, what? Are you saying you're at my father's house?
It looks that way.
What about your business trip? Did you lie to me?
Look who's talking. Anyway, I was telling the truth about my business trip. We got everything done faster than we expected, and your dad's place was only a 40-minute drive from where I was. You knew that. I told you where my business trip was. I finished early and was worried about your dad, so I figured I'd swing by on my way home. And here we are. Where are you?
I'm with a friend.
And that friend is?
I'm with Christina. We grew up together. You met her at our wedding, remember?
Oh, her. Yeah, I remember her. So why were you lying about everything before?
Honestly, I'm just taking a little trip with Christina, just us girls. You were so busy with work. I thought you'd be upset if I told you I was taking a vacation while you were working so hard.
So instead, you told me your dad fell down the stairs. Didn't you think I'd be more worried about him? You should have just told me the truth.
You're right, I'm sorry.
So, let me ask you one more time. Who are you really with?
Huh? I told you I'm with Christina.
Come on now. If you're gonna tell a lie, at least put a little more thought into the names you're gonna use.
It's not a lie, I'm telling the truth. I lied when I told you about my father, but I'm not lying about this.
There's no way that Christina is with you.
Why would you say that?
Because she's here too.
What? What are you talking about? Huh? What is this?
This is proof that Christina sent me. The guy in this picture is Christina's husband, Andy, isn't it? This picture of you and him together was taken today, just as you were picking him up to go on your vacation.
Wait, hold on. Why are you and Christina contacting each other?
Because you gave her our home phone number and she called it.
But that doesn't matter, you're away on business.
When nobody was home, I swung by the house this morning, just before I left on my business trip. I had all of the incoming phone calls to the house directed to my cell phone.
What? I didn't even know that was possible.
Well, I did it, so it's definitely possible. Call forwarding isn't a new technology. So anyway, Christina called her house. Because she knew that you and her husband were sneaking off together. She knew since you weren't home there was a chance she'd be able to talk to me. Even though she didn't have my cell phone number, she tried to contact me at home to tell me what was going on.
But why? Why would Christina do something like that to me?
And like you said, you grew up together, so her parents' house is only 5 minutes from your father's house. She was nice enough to come here and explain everything to me.
You're lying! How could this happen?
Oh, and one more thing. I've had the locks on our house changed so you won't be able to get back in.
What? That's impossible! You said you were away on business. There's no way you could have gone home and changed the locks if you're at my father's house now. I knew you were lying about your business trip.
Have you forgotten who owns our house? Who our landlord is?
Huh? Oh.
That's right. It's my grandfather's house, so he has keys to get in. I called him and told him the situation. He immediately went out and got new locks and changed them all for me.
You've got to be kidding. So where am I supposed to go now?
Well, your father said you'd better come back to his house immediately, so you can apologize to Bryce and I.
But...
Well, even if you apologize, I'm still gonna divorce you.
Divorce?
Why does that surprise you? You didn't think cheating on me would end up in me divorcing you? I know you're cheating on me. I'm not staying with anyone who would do that. Divorce is the only natural outcome. Why did you not think that? And I'll be suing you for compensation money. We've got a child too, so there's gonna be child support payments as well.
Divorce? Why?
And don't think that's all either. Your lover, Andy's married too. So Christina is going to be suing you for compensation money as well.
No, Christina is my friend. She wouldn't sue me. She's been my best friend since we were kids. She wouldn't sue me even if you tried to persuade her.
You're wrong. She's already speaking with a lawyer and getting things ready.
What? I think she blocked me. I can't get through to her on her phone, but I know she's there with you.
She said her lawyer is going to be calling you in a couple days.
How could my best friend betray me like this? Compensation money for divorce is usually tens of thousands of dollars, right? Does she really think I have that kind of money? She should consider that before she does anything rash. Leslie, it's Christina. Christina? How could you? I thought we were friends. We stopped being friends the moment you started sleeping with my husband. I really didn't want to talk to you ever again, but you're really getting the wrong impression about what's going on here. I just want to make you understand. Why are you betraying me like this? This is exactly what I'm talking about. Do you have any idea what you're saying to me right now? You're the one cheating with my husband. I didn't betray you, you betrayed me. But we've been best friends since we were kids. So you think that makes it okay to sleep with my husband? I thought you'd forgive me for it. What is going on inside your head? There's a line that even friends shouldn't cross, and you crossed it. So prepare for the consequences. Christina, what are you doing? And why are you following Andy so you could take that picture today? You're a stalker. My husband was cheating on me, so I tried to get proof of it. What's wrong with that? Maybe you're a bad enough person that Andy needs to go off with another woman. You can say that if you want about me, I don't care. But if Andy wants to be with another woman while he's married, then he needs to think about right and wrong. He should have divorced me and got his life in order first. If he would have done that, well, I wouldn't have liked it, but at least I wouldn't have complained. But this, you and him together while I'm still married to him? I can't let that go. He cheated on me with you, and I'm gonna blame both of you for it. So, like you said, he's just got the order a little wrong, that's all. Getting divorced, then being with me, or being with me and then getting divorced, it's basically the same. It's like if someone got pregnant and then got married because of it. It's only the order that's wrong. That's completely different. There could be arguments for or against that, but either way, they're taking responsibility as a parent. Whereas cheating on your spouse or sleeping with a married person is unlawful. Unlawful? That's right. That's why I can sue you for it. I didn't know that. You got a smartphone. You can look up a lot of things on it. Maybe you should have. I can't believe this! It's right there, on any legal consultation website. There's no jail time for what you did, but you can be sued by all the parties affected. But this is different! Andy and I aren't fooling around. We love each other. So you can't call it cheating. It's true love.
Oh my God. If that's how you feel about it, why didn't you divorce Derek before running off and doing all this? You can't just think about the person you love. You have to consider all the people around them as well. Don't you think considering everyone involved before starting something like this would be more of a gesture of true love than what you did? And besides all that, did you even think about Bryce? You have a son. Oh, I was so in love it never crossed my mind. I had no idea this would lead to me getting a divorce. Using intelligence instead of instinct is what's supposed to separate us from animals. Oh, shut up! Oh, you're right. Comparing you to an animal is an insult to animals. Why are you talking to me like this? We were best friends. You're the reason that sentence is in the past tense. Well, regardless of what we say to each other, Andy and you both betrayed your families. And nothing you and I say to each other is going to change that fact. But that's why... We're done here, right? No matter what we say or how many times we say it, this is adultery. But it's not! It's love! A married person having relations with someone they aren't married to, that pretty much sums up the meaning of adultery. So that's why Derek and I are both going to be suing you and Andy for compensation money. It's only natural. You both ruined our marriages. Oh, don't! Please just wait!
Like I said, we're done here, right? I'm not putting up with your nonsense anymore. Christina!
Christina, it's Derek.
Please, Derek, talk to Christina about this for me.
About what?
Huh?
Everything Christina said is right. I agree with all of it. Everything I wanted to say to you, she already said. I think it's pretty sad that you don't seem to understand, but oh well.
Derek, please! I thought you of all people would understand.
Understand? What the heck is going on inside your head? I think you'd baffle even the greatest of psychiatrists.
Derek!
That reminds me, I don't want anyone as crazy as you raising my child. I'm taking Bryce with me.
What, wait?
From now on, speak to my lawyer.
Derek, wait!
Shortly after that, I divorced Leslie. She complained the whole time and tried to make it difficult for me. But her father was so angry with her that he made her accept my terms. With my father-in-law's help, I was able to get full custody of my son. After that, Leslie and I both sued Christina and Andy for compensation money. Between the lawsuits and child support payments, Leslie and Andy had to pay out over $100,000. Obviously, that put a huge strain on their finances. After just 1 month of them living together, they split up. Leslie's father was so disgusted with what she'd done to me and her child that he disowned her. He even moved away without telling Leslie his new address. I didn't want Leslie coming back and trying to get me to take her back, so I found a job far away as well. I took Bryce and moved without telling Leslie her new address either. I'm actually only a 20-minute drive from my old father-in-law's new house, so I take Bryce over there sometimes to see his grandfather.